Hey there, and or welcome back. So this week is mobiles and tummy time. I think a lot of parents go too in depth over what exactly tummy time means and when do we get started on that. Simply putting baby on your chest and laying back with baby is tummy time. Anything that allows them to exercise those arm muscles, get them pushing up, getting control over their neck muscles and being able to control their little bobbleheads. All of these things are considered tummy time. So there is no real schedule or a timetable over when you can start tummy time, because we put baby skin to skin on mom or dad immediately after delivery. So any time is an okay time to start tummy time, unless your child has a restriction like a G tube or a G button or something that would protrude from there that would prohibit them from having a lot of friction. Now, your child can still do tummy time with the G tube or a G button, but there are special circumstances that come into play, meaning that you want to have them on like a boppy or an elevated surface, and you want to cup your hand around that G tube or G button to prevent them from rubbing against it and possibly pulling or tearing at that skin near the surgical site. So when it comes to mobiles, or what we call visual stimulation, so in the beginning, your baby can only see about 6 inches away from them, which again is one of the main reasons why we do encourage skin time with your newborn baby, because if there's skin to skin on your chest, or if mom is breastfeeding, that's about that 6-inch distance. So it gets baby familiar with your face. So when it comes to mobiles and things of the such, you don't want to, or you don't really necessarily need to introduce that too early, because they can't see it anyway. And also in the beginning, their vision is mostly black, white, shadows, and grays. So they can't really see too much color. Now, you can put it there, it's not gonna hurt anything, but the visual stimulation really comes into play after a couple of months of life, when their distance of vision has increased and they're starting to see colors, and that constant movement will attract their attention. Now, when you notice that your baby is, like I said, a couple of months of life and is starting to be more interested in what you're doing, or if you're doing hand gestures at them or playing with them and they seem a little bit more focused, then that's when the mobiles come in handy, because that's their earliest memory of sight. And so if you have a mobile with animals, or if you have a mobile with shapes and colors, they will start to differentiate even at that. They can't verbalize it, but they do start to differentiate at that age, different shapes, different colors. So it doesn't necessarily do anything as far as education, school-wise, but it does help them to learn that this is different from this. So when it comes to mobiles, tummy time, playtime, it's really at your own discretion. I do advise, if you're gonna have tummy time on the floor, to have it on a thick blanket, maybe even folded over so it's extra thick, or like a pad of some sort, so it's not just, the hard floor or even carpet can be abrasive to their skin. Now, in the beginning, especially when they're newborn, you always want to have tummy time where you have your eyes on them. You never want to let them have tummy time in their crib while you walk out of the room, because if baby gets tired and decides to just go face down, then obviously whatever surface they're on, they're going to suffocate themselves on that surface. So you want to be able to see them and be able to pick up on their cues of when they're getting tired, when it's enough tummy time, and when you need to pick them up. I do advise, initially at least, to time or to limit the tummy time. I usually say about, 5 minutes is a good amount of time for them to be on their tummy, to exercise those muscles and things like that. As they get older, of course, they can spend more time on their stomachs and things like that. The reason why I personally would recommend limiting the amount of time on their stomach is because on their stomachs, they can't really expand their lungs and get those good deep breaths in. So Hope this helps. Hope you learned something, because as I always say, that lets me know that I've done my job. Have a good day.